If you're thinking about moving to the Thailand as digital nomad, you probably have thousands of the question: what visa do you need? How much does it cost? Can you bring your family? I just did this move, and today I'm answering all the questions you sent to me. I'm getting ready for the gym now, but we can answer a few questions right now while I'm drinking coffee, right? Okay, there were questions, legal questions about visa and so on. I have European Union passport. With this passport, I can come to Thailand and live here as tourist for 60 days, and then I can extend it for 30 days, basically 90 days without visa. But I didn't do that, and I do not recommend that. Because if you want to stay here for a long time, yes, you can basically do so-named visa runs. You can go out from the Thailand, whatever, travel to Cambodia, Malaysia, whatever, Vietnam, and come back, and then you can do again those 60 plus 30 days. But then you always will be on risk. Will you get back? Maybe they will decline this tourist visa and so on. So that's a good way to start. You can get this visa just to get in the country and then think about other visas like education visa and so on. I personally choose it destination Thailand visa. That's new visa. They started it last year probably. There are multiple type of persons who can apply for that. I applied as freelancer. DTV visa is 5 years visa, multiple entry visa, so that means that I can come to the Thailand and cross the border whatever times I like to for next 5 years. And but there is few rules. Basically, one stay should be no longer than 180 days. So but you can extend it. So basically, you come to the Thailand if you don't want to travel. If you're traveling every 180 days, no problems. You just move to Thailand, come back, live again for next 5 years, then update visa, get next one, whatever. But if you would like to stay longer in Thailand, you can stay for 180 days, then you have to go to the immigration department or hire agent who will do that for you and say that you will stay for one more time for 180 days. You can basically do the extension for the visa, and you can stay in Thailand without moving out for 1 year, basically 2 times for this 180 days. Then you have to leave. Basically go to 1 day vacation to Vietnam, come back, stay again for 180 days, then you again can extend it for next 180 days. So I'm not the legal expert, but basically that's how I read, how I understand, and how this visa was explained to me by legal agents. It's not too hard to get, but it's a little bit of bureaucracy. Okay, let's go to the gym now, and I will answer all your other questions later. Okay, how you lived shortly in Thailand before moving there? What made you choose it, and is there destination number 2 in your wish list? I have been in Thailand many years ago. I was there as a tourist for 2 weeks, so I can't tell I was living for a long time here. My friend is living here. There are plenty of information from other digital nomads, basically, that made me choose this country. And you know, the problem is I'm married with that crazy woman behind me. When we were thinking about, we wanted to move somewhere abroad for a while, and we were thinking, okay, which country that can be? Which country that could be? First we started to think about, okay, maybe we can move to Spain, maybe we can move to live somewhere into Italy. Those were our options. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that was my wife who said, oh, if you are moving somewhere, why to the boring Europe? Let's make it more challenging. Let's move to another continent, to the Thailand. And yeah, it's not that we moved forever. That question was asked as well. Did you move permanently? What is permanently? If I will die tomorrow here in Thailand in some accident, then yeah, that's permanently. But if you're asking me if I will live here till the end of my life, I don't think so. I don't know. I didn't plan to do that because, I don't know, life is long and my interests and decisions are inconsistent. And we're still planning to go back to Latvia in summers, because summers in Latvia are nice. And that is rainy season here. Actually, this also is rainy season. Some days you have a little bit of rain, some days you have amazing sun. How did you find your apartment? Did you visit the place before you went to Thailand? There are multiple portals where you can look for apartments. I rented home. If you are looking for apartments, my suggestion, my personal opinion is that renting apartment in those apartment condos is not a great idea. Yes, there are a lot of nice looking things in those apartment buildings, because you have rooftop pool, you have gym inside the building, everything else, but apartments itself are quite small for that price. And then you can see, oh yeah, we are renting basically apartment in this nice condo building for just $500, but I'm renting huge home for $1,000. So up to you. If you want to be in city center and have pool on the roof, then maybe that apartment building is for you. But I'm living in quiet suburb neighborhood. You saw those homes around. It's quiet. You basically, at night you can sleep without hearing any car, any motorbike. And downtown of the Bangkok is very busy, very noisy. We didn't really want to have that around. And just to compare, that's how mine street sounds like. And this one is not the biggest one or busiest one. This is just relatively big street in our neighborhood. So if you are living in downtown, you will have this noise pollution around you all the time. For single person, maybe those condos are interesting. If you are going to work out in coffee shops all the time, if you are not working from home, if you are coming at your condo just to sleep at night, that's fine. Check out what you can see on streets. And yeah, there were many questions about was I aware about conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia. Well, I can talk about politics in my country because I am voting for politicians. That is my responsibility, be active and so on. Here I'm guest and I don't really understand local politics. Sure, I'm watching news, but just to answer, does it impact life in Bangkok? I don't think so for expats, because basically there is no changes for them. If you are not watching news, you may miss what's happening. And we are living far away from that conflict zone. So I hope nothing bigger will happen. I don't think anything bigger will happen, because everything really calms down. Another great workout session. So, questions about weather. Is it easy to adapt for living in hot weather? So far, no much problem. So the thing is, yes, of course, it is hot outside, and you will not like to stay outside all day long. You definitely going in the middle of the day when it is hot, you would like to be inside around ACs and so on. But the thing is, the most of the year in Latvia, you will not like to stay outside for long periods as well. It is cold, or it is rainy, or it is just dark. And yeah, you're rarely spending all day long outside in Latvia, so it's not much different. And yeah, this country definitely is very good adopted. There is ACs everywhere. When you have heat waves in Europe, it is harder to be around than it is here. So far no problems. Answer to the all hot weather problems is drink more cold drinks. Iced coffee helps. And yeah, I don't know about favorite food here yet, or favorite place to eat yet. There are so many interesting options. Hard to pick favorite, but what I like here, I was surprised at how many good coffee shops are here with really great coffee. Roasteries, coffee shops. Amazing choice. and they don't mind that you are coming to their place and work here. And yeah, questions about, are there too many digital nomads? Are there a lot of tourists? Why Bangkok? That, depends where you are living. We are living in very quiet, relatively quiet local neighborhood. I see no other white people on the streets here when we are walking around. Very, very rarely. There are no tourists, mostly locals. And yeah, if you're going to the downtown, of course, there are way more tourists, way more white people, but still, this is a very big city. Something like 13 or even 16 million people population. If it is 16 million, then it is 8 times more people than in all Latvia combined. So it's easy to get lost in such big city. Why Bangkok? Just because we wanted to be in the middle of the big city, not somewhere on island or in beach. Being on beach all the time, that's kind of nice for vacation, but not for day-to-day work life. And Bangkok is very well connected with all the other Asia. We are planning to travel around Japan, Vietnam, and so on. And you are still 2 hours drive away from the beach. That's also is an option. So that's why Bangkok. So, a few more questions. How are we getting around? We actually like walking, we don't mind, so walk to the gym is something like 1.5, almost 2 kilometers. I don't know, you're just getting your daily steps. But generally in Bangkok, public transport is great. Basically, skyline trains, like metro, but going over the air, work just amazing. You get around the city very fast. Prices are not expensive comparing with public transport in Europe. And yeah, you avoid all the traffic. When you need to get away from public transport somewhere on the side or to your quiet village or something, then taxi works just fine. Eventually, I'm planning to get motorbike, but riding in the Bangkok downtown in the center is not something that I'm looking forward, because traffic there is crazy. In our local neighborhood, it's way more quiet, so. Okay, why the extra co-working desk? Do you have a work buddy now? Yes, that's my best friend and my wife. Yeah, we will work together. Okay, costs and logistics. What is expensive? What was it expensive to move? Was it expensive to move all your belongings to Thailand? So, of course, I didn't move everything. I sold big part of stuff I had, and we moved something. But if I would move again, I will move a little bit less stuff. I sent 5 boxes with stuff. In total, it was 90 kilograms. I paid something like 600 euros for shipping, but then I paid 1,200, 1,400 for tax. It will be wiser to sell my monitor back in Latvia, buy a new one, sell PC, buy a new one, and Oh, actually, that PC was reassembled and I had it in my luggage and I just built it together again here. But my daughter's PC was shipped. So, what equipment did you move and how did you pack it? So, basically, yeah, that's that. Packing, you have to pack it very well. I used plastic boxes for shipping, and yeah, monitor in one of those boxes was broken. Apple Studio display was in the original box. Luckily, it didn't break. And yeah, laptops, my and wife's laptops, of course, those were in the luggage. I brought all my cameras, not all, I sold one, but most of the cameras, lenses. I left all the keyboards there, just have one here. I just had this one keyboard from home. All the other keyboards I sold, gifted, or just left at home. So I have to say I would like to move more things from my setup, but again, that's expensive. Okay. I have work projects, family, personal health, safety. Let's talk about that later. Breakfast now. More hydration. So let's keep going, shall we? Okay, work and project. So, what do you work on? Do you always develop games and apps? Never developed a single game from apps. Yes, I'm working on my indie applications, but I am full-time freelancing as well. So, my revenue is 50-50 freelancing and my indie apps. Are you making money from your motorcycle AI app? Almost no money here, but it's not a surprise, because there are not those keywords are not very popular, so not so many people are looking for this application. And I could try to push this application by promotion it in my content and so on, but I don't really do that. What's your MacBook model? This one is M3 Max standard MacBook. It's 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, works perfectly fine. Before I used M1 Pro. That one currently is used by my wife. It's still fine, but M1 Pro was kind of lagging on video editing and streaming. It handled all of that, but M3 Max is better. And why I didn't buy M4 Max, basically I got that one heavily discounted, something like 1,000 cheaper, so why not? How long will you be in Thailand? Most likely, I will stay here for next 4 years, of course. Going back to Europe for vacations, traveling around, but I am planning to have it as my main base for next 4 to 5 years. And that also answers question, I'm here for vacation or long term, so more long term. Family and personal, have you divorced or something? No, as you saw earlier, my wife coming with me, she's the same crazy or even more crazy than I am. And yeah, my daughter, until you have 18, you don't have much choices. So my daughter is coming with me, but she enjoys it. Health and safety. Is Thailand safe to travel with 6 months baby? I don't know, When I had my 6 months old baby, I didn't travel with them. So generally, I think that Thailand is safe. It is safer than many European cities and countries. Generally, it is safe. There is very low crime. I don't know, mass shootings like in US almost doesn't happen. There was one recently. I don't know. As soon as I moved here, things started to happen, but maybe I started to pay more attention to that. But generally, crime, violence on the streets is almost non-existing. Yeah, sure, you can get in some tourist scams and stuff like that, but generally, it's safe. 6 months old baby, I don't know. I'm father of teens now. When my kids were in that age, I didn't travel much, but mostly because I didn't have money. I will say that was my reason why we didn't travel, and I would be afraid to travel far away with 6 months old, because it's very convenient to have your well-known doctor around and everything. I don't know. But question about, do I worry about medical help, fixing tooth or something? No. Is medical situation in European Union better? I don't think so. There are quite good clinics and medical hospitals. Everything is very available. I didn't try it yet. I will go to dentist to do hygiene for teeth. We'll see. I am planning to go and do full health check. We'll see how I will like it, but generally, from information around on the internet, it looks that medical situation is about the same like in Europe, but a little bit more affordable maybe. Travel and future plans. Plans to travel to India, not in near future. I will stay more in Asia. I would like to go to Japan, Vietnam, Bali, maybe, but that's totally crowded with tourists, so probably no. If you would live alone in European Union, what country besides Thailand you would recommend moving to? Again, Vietnam looks interesting. Japan is very interesting, but Japan is expensive. But Vietnam is less expensive and looks very interesting. Are you running from war? Not yet. As you know, there is no war in Latvia, but yeah, having Russia in neighbors is not cool. Okay, let me check. Do we have any last minute questions? Actually, and yeah, questions are from Instagram stories. Actually, last one was about motorcycle AI app, so I answered all the questions I had so far. Will not wait until last minute until every comes in. So first who asked, you got your answers. Now I have to edit this video. Okay, see you on next one. Bye.